The average person spends 7 hours a day staring at a screen. 7 hours of notifications, feeds, podcasts, and noise. And in the tiny gaps between all that stimulation, most people reach for more. Music in the car, a podcast on the walk, a video to fall asleep to. When was the last time you sat in complete silence? Not meditating, not waiting for something, just sitting, with nothing but the sound of your own breathing. Modern life has made silence almost impossible to find. Your phone buzzes before your feet hit the floor in the morning. You scroll through news while you eat breakfast. You listen to something on your commute, something else while you work, something else while you cook. By the time you get to bed, your brain has not had a single moment of genuine quiet. And this feels normal, because everyone around you does the same thing. The world has quietly agreed that silence is empty, that silence is wasted time, that every moment must be filled. But what if silence is not empty at all? What if it is the most important thing you are not giving yourself? In 2013, a researcher at Duke University named Imke Kirste set out to study the effects of different sounds on the brain. She exposed mice to 4 conditions: Mozart, white noise, baby mouse calls, and silence. Silence was the control. It was supposed to be the baseline, the thing that did nothing. It turned out to be the most powerful stimulus of all. 2 hours of silence per day triggered the growth of new brain cells in the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory, learning, and emotional regulation. No music did that. No white noise did that. Only silence. Your brain was not built for the world you have created. It evolved in landscapes of wind, birdsong, and long stretches of nothing. And now you feed it 7 hours of screen light. And call it living. But the neuroscience goes deeper than one study. And this next part changes how you think about doing nothing entirely. When you sit in silence and let your mind wander, your brain activates something called the default mode network. This is a constellation of brain regions that lights up specifically when you are not focused on a task. For decades, scientists dismissed it as background noise, the brain idling. They were wrong. The default mode network is where your brain does its most important work. It processes emotions you did not have time to feel during the day. It consolidates memories. It connects ideas across different domains, linking things that seemed unrelated into sudden clarity. It is the engine of self-reflection, creativity, and insight, and it only activates when you stop doing and start being. A 2024 study used direct cortical stimulation to disrupt the default mode network in real time. The result was immediate. Creative thinking collapsed. The ability to generate original ideas gone in an instant. Every time you fill silence with a podcast, a feed, a notification, you are switching off the most creative, self-aware part of your brain. Not because those things are bad, but because your brain needs empty space to do its deepest work. This is not new knowledge. Wisdom traditions have understood this for thousands of years. Buddhist monks sit in zazen, just sitting, for hours without stimulation. The Quakers built their entire worship practice around communal silence. The Stoics called it otium, sacred leisure, time for the soul to process what the world has given it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." He did not say the quantity, the quality, and quality requires space. So if the ancient monks knew it, and modern neuroscience proves it, why do we keep filling every moment with noise? Why do we keep running from the quiet? Because silence is uncomfortable. When you sit with nothing, your mind surfaces everything you have been avoiding. Anxieties, regrets, questions you do not want to answer. The noise is not just distraction, it is armor. But here's what happens on the other side of that discomfort. Your nervous system settles, your cortisol drops. Research shows that silence reduces cortisol more effectively than calming music. Your hippocampus begins to rebuild. The part of your brain you have been starving starts to heal. The practice is simple, not easy, but simple. Start with 10 minutes of silence every morning. No phone, no music, No guided meditation app telling you what to feel, just you and the absence of everything else. Sit with a cup of tea if you need an anchor. Watch the steam rise. Let your thoughts come and go without reaching for anything to fill the space. You are not trying to achieve a state. You are allowing your brain to do what it already knows how to do when you stop interrupting it. Give it space, give it silence, and watch what happens. People who practice intentional silence report something consistent. After 2 to 3 weeks, they notice a shift. Not a dramatic revelation, something quieter than that. Thoughts become clearer, decisions come faster. The constant background hum of anxiety begins to fade. They stop reaching for their phone first thing in the morning. They notice birdsong on the walk they used to fill with podcasts. They find that the answers they were searching for externally were waiting in the silence internally. Think about the last important realization you had, the last time something truly clicked for you. I would bet it did not happen while you were scrolling. It happened in the shower, or on a walk, or lying in bed at night. It happened when your mind had space. That is the power of silence. Something is shifting right now. People are starting to push back against the attention economy. Digital detox retreats are selling out months in advance. Silent walking, just walking without earbuds, has become a movement on social media, of all places. Not because it is trendy, because people are desperate for what they lost. They are discovering what every monk, every philosopher, every contemplative tradition already knew, that the answers do not come from more information, they come from less. This is not about rejecting technology. It is about reclaiming the space between the stimulation. Your brain is not a machine that needs constant input. It is a living organ that needs rest, silence, and empty space to do what it was built to do. You do not need to go on a silent retreat. You do not need to become a monk. You just need to stop filling every moment with noise. 10 minutes. Tomorrow morning, before the phone, before the news, before the world rushes in, sit in silence and let your brain remember what it was built for. The noise will always be there, it will wait, but the silence is where you find yourself again.